Ryze is the best board of the patch, but how exactly do you play it correctly? In this video I'm gonna show you in 4 steps how to play Ryze. We're gonna talk about the early game, the items, the level 8 boards that can reach level 9, and what are the variations for Ryze. We have 3 openers, Sona, Jarvan and Demacia. We can play around Anivia with like Freyord, or we can play around Noxus with main carry being LeBlanc. All of these openers are good for Ryze, and every opener can go in a different variation for Ryze. The best one is Demacia. In the late game we're gonna play around Sona carry with Jarvan as the main tank. You want more defenders and more Demacian units. Level 6, level 7 board can be 5 Demacians with like defenders and invokers, but you can also play around other units like bruisers and stuff like that. One key factor of this camp is actually that you want to unlock Cannon in the mid game. It's very easy to unlock him now with the unlock conditions being changed. At level 8 you want to roll for Lux 2 and Garen 2, and you want to unlock Galio. Now in this spot, if you're in a bad spot, like you don't have enough money or you don't have enough like HP, you can roll for like units and like play for placements around 7 Demacia. But if you have enough money, you want to go level 9 and play around Ryze. You see, you actually underestimate Zilean a lot. I think Zilean with 3 items that can cast like maybe 4 or 5 times per fight can win you more fights than Lux can. Because Lux needs to be opposite side of the enemy carry. But Zilean just needs to stay alive. And she's gonna do everything and one tap every frontliner even if he has like 3 items. Another very important thing is that at level 8 you want to keep in mind that you need Xin Zhao on your board. But why exactly? See, we talked about Cannon. You wanna unlock this guy like early mid game, because you're gonna need him later. So you have Cannon, you have Xin Zhao, and then at the PvE round before you go level 9, you wanna unlock Set. You can do that by putting a unit frontline. It doesn't matter what unit it is, as long as it's single on the front row. But let's talk about the core of this camp. We want 3 Ionia with Cannon, Set and Xin Zhao. We want 3 Demacia with Garen, Xin Zhao and Lux, and we want a Targon. Taric is the best because he's a main tank as well. Now that we know about the core, what other units can you add? Well, the best units is actually Xerath, so you can play Azir. Now if you get Nasus or if you get Renekton, they are fine, but you're gonna need some items for them. Xerath is the best because it gives you charms, so you can become very strong. Other units that you can add and are flexible are Taric, as we talked about it, Skarner, Shyvana and Sylas. But there's a problem with Sylas, and I think people kinda overestimate this unit. Now before you go crazy and go like Sylas is broken, I know he's good. But if you have a Garen 2, you don't have another tank upgraded because maybe the game wasn't that good. So you have like Taric 1, Skarner 1 and Garen 2. You never sell Garen 2 star for a Sylas 1 if there's no other frontline unit upgrade. I know it sounds crazy and I'm never doing that. Some people do. Don't do it. Now I explained to you how to play this Demacia board, but I didn't told you why Ryze is good exactly in this board. Like, of course you have a lot of shiny units, legendaries, but it's actually very important to know how Ryze works. You see, he gets different effects based on what traits are active for him. The best traits for him are actually Ionia, Freyord, Yordle, I know, but Yordle is good, and Shurima. So everything else is kinda mid. It's not great, but it's not terrible. So now that we know all of this, let's talk about the second variation with Ryze, the one with Freyord. The Freyord version is better to be played with Anivia opener because you can play 4 bruisers mid game, and you can unlock Kobuko earlier because now you just need level 5 and some bruisers and you have Kobuko. So you can play around 4 bruisers and 4 invokers at like level 7 and stuff like that. The most important thing, as you might have guessed it, is to unlock Cannon. You can do that pretty easily with defenders or by having some Ionian units, so you can play around Shen and maybe keep a Jhin on bench just to unlock Cannon because you're gonna need it later. The level 8 board is actually pretty simple. You have Lissandra as the main carry and Volibear as the like off carry with like extra items. Main tank is usually Wukong. Now some people have some problems unlocking Volibear, but he's actually very simple to unlock. You either need a Warmox on a Kobuko 2 star or you need 2 belt items, so Sunfire and Anima Visage. There are other items that give you HP as well, but I want you to remember this rule, either Warmox or 2 belt items. Now once you have this level 8 board with like 4 bruisers, Freyord and Ionia, just go level, you can add a Taric, or you can just like play Ryze on your board. It's very important to know that this version is not as strong as the Demacia version, but Volibear is a very good carry. The endgame board, it's like Lissandra 3 items, Ryze 3 items, and Volibear 3 items. Do not sleep on Volibear, he does an insane amount of damage if you have the right items on him. Now these 2 camps are the default camps for Ryze, but that doesn't mean you cannot play Ryze if you don't have exactly this camp. If you are in a game where you have a lot of emblems from like either augments or from the galaxy itself, you try to play Ryze. Because even if you don't have like Ionia or like Freyord or Shurima, he still has a lot of effects and he's a good unit. We talked about all of these camps, but what are his items? You see, Ryze is not actually a giga damage dealer. He just wants to like inflict as much pain as possible to his enemies. So the best items for him are actually like not carry items. You see, he likes Morello, he likes Voice Staff, he likes Red Buff. I know, he's a crazy guy, but that doesn't mean you cannot put damage items on him, especially if he's the main carry. So here is what you should do. If you have a Ryze 1, you can put like utility items on him. If you have a Ryze 2, you can try to put damage items in him. Nashor, Sojin, JG, Deadcap, Archangel, it's not that good, especially if you don't have a lot of frontline, right? So any combination of like Rod or mana items are fine on him. The most used one, or like the ones that people say, it's like Nashor, JG. I don't like that. Just make any items that can win you early mid game. It's about the journey, it's not about the result. At level 9 everyone can figure it out, but how you get to level 9 is very important. So just slam items that make sense and I can carry you in the league. The last thing before we end this video, it's very important to know that this is a very expensive board, so you need a lot of money. Click on economy. We need money as much as possible. Now sometimes it might be correct to not click on economy, but as a general rule, any Ryze board is very expensive. Hope you learned something, and I'm gonna catch you at the next one. The other what the fuck am I saying? Reset. Delete. There are other I need a new outro, alright?